Welcome to Think CSEC channel. Today we'll be doing the CSEC Principles of Business January 2020 past paper 1. But please pause this video if you are new to the channel and go right ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you are alerted when new videos are uploaded. So let us get right into this. This will be a two-part videos. We'll be doing questions 1 to 30 and then questions 31 through to 60 in part 2. So be sure to stay tuned to get part 2 to this video. So let's do part 1. The first question says, private enterprise is run mainly to A. Create profit, B. Reduce inflation, C. Provide jobs for more people, or D. Distribute goods and services fairly. So as we know, private enterprise they run or control their own businesses in the sense that these groups or individuals are like sole traders, like partnerships and shareholders. Now, what's the objective that they form these businesses? Well, really and truly, the objective is to make a profit or to earn a profit. So they really are governed by their own decisions. So we know our answer would be A, create profit. Let's go on to question number 2. It says, the main role of the human resource department of an organization is to A, recruit qualified employees, B, promote recreational activities for workers, C, assist employees in understanding industrial relations, or D, produce magazines highlighting outstanding workers. Now, we know the human resource department. If we use the method of elimination, we could rule out B because promoting recreational activities for workers. Absolutely not. C, assisting employees in understanding relations, industrial relations. No. Or D, producing magazines highlighting outstanding workers. Totally out. So our answer would be A, to recruit qualified employees. So we know understanding industrial relations, that's not the role of the human resource department. So our answer would be A. Let's go on to question number 3. Which of the following is not a function of money? So key term, function of money. A, medium of exchange. B, measure of value. C, store of value. Or D, indivisibility. So our first question is, what are the functions of money? Well, we know functions of money are 1, it's a measure of value. 2, it is a medium of exchange. 3, it is a store of value. Or 4, it is a deferred payment. So what would be your answer? That is totally out. I said it should be standard of deferred payment. So we know nothing is said here. 3 is listed here, so we know it would be D, indivisibility, out. Let's go on to question number 4. In which of the following types of economic systems does the state own and control all of the country's economic resources? A, mixed. B, planned. C, capitalist. Or D, subsistence. Well, when we use the method of elimination, let's look at subsistence. We know this one would be totally out because we know subsistence economic is whereby a country or in a village they just produce enough to survive or to sustain themselves. No, we know it would not be mixed because mixed capitalist, the government do have little control in that, and the government have no control at all. So we know that it would be B, whereby the state, right, or government have full control of the country's economic resources. So B. Let's go on to question number 5. It says, a post-dated check is one which A is dated for payment at a future date, B was written no longer than 6 months ago, C is dated to agree with the date of the document requesting payment, or D is dated by the bank on the day the check is presented for payment. Well, we know a post-dated check is one that is dated for payment at a future date. So our answer is A. Let's go on to question number 6. It says, the main objective of a trade union is to encourage the A. Unionization of workers, B. Increase of salaries and vacations, C. Advancement of the welfare of its members, or D. Firing of workers whenever they have problems at work. So what is a trade union? Well, we know a trade union is really an organization or group of persons that um, come together to bring about better changes or bargain with the employer on issues such as, things that affect the workers, such as better working conditions, um, better wages and salaries for workers, and even providing pensions, better pensions, and so on, and along with other benefits. So we know with that in mind, our answer for question 6 would definitely be C, advancement of the welfare of its members. Let's go on to number 7. In which of the following categories would subsidized meals for employees fall? A. Fringe benefits, B. Duty allowances, C. Wages and salaries, D. Workmen's compensation. Well, we know using the method of elimination, duty allowances would be totally out. Salaries and wages have nothing to do with subsidized meals, nor workmen's compensation. So it would be a fringe benefit. And we know not all companies offer a subsidized meal. Not all companies do. So we know that's a fringe benefit when some companies do offer subsidized meals for employees. They pay for the meal, so to speak, for them. So our answer would be A. Let's go on to question number 8. Which of the following phrases best describes an authoritarian leader? A. Willing to take suggestions. B. Making decisions without consultation. C. Allowing workers to plan their own work. Or D. Consulting those likely to be affected by decisions. Now, who is an authoritarian leader? That's the first thing you need to know in order to answer this question. So we know that the authoritarian leader, this kind of leader, is the one who he makes all the decisions. He or she makes all the decisions and simply tell persons what to do. He takes no advice from people or the workers, and this kind of leader is very domineering, or one person is often referred to as a dictator. So, with that definition in mind of who is an authoritarian leader, we would say our answer would be B. because an authoritarian doesn't take list leader is not willing to take suggestions. Is he willing to take suggestions? No. Does he allow workers to plan their own work? No. Consulting those likely to be affected by decisions? No. So our answer would be B. Decisions. He doesn't take suggestions. So those other options would be totally out. Let's go on to question number 9. Characteristics of written communication include 1. Documented evidence. 2. Detailed messaging. 3. Instant feedback. Let's look at our answer options. Is it A, 1 and 2 only? B, 1 and 3 only? C, 2 and 3 only? Or D, 1, 2, and 3? So written communication, we know that have to be documented evidence and the message have to be very detailed. So our answer would involve 1 and 2 only. So our answer would be A. A. Instant feedback is not a characteristic of written communication. Let's go on to question number 10. Which of the following management functions is a manager engaged in when he grants a worker time off with pay? A. Planning. B. Delegating. C. Motivating. Or D. Supervising. Well, it is quite very clear using the method of elimination. If he's going to offer time off with pay, that have nothing to do with planning, nor delegating, nor is he supervising the worker. So our answer would be C, motivating. And why do we say C? Well, as you know, that motivating is really getting people or getting workers to do work by giving them some form of incentives. For example, at some workplace, they are offered double time for doing work on a weekend, and some are being paid double pay for like working on a public holiday, like for example in the hotel industry. So we know that our answer would be C. Let's go on to question number 11. Richard has been an employee of MTSL for over 10 years. He is up for a promotion at the end of the year. A manager's nephew, who was recently hired, has been promoted ahead of Richard. An upset Richard has taken this issue to his trade union. This conflict is as a result of A. Unfair practices, B. A lack of job security, C. A lack of fringe benefits, or D. Poor working conditions. So we know that he was to get the promotion, but no, the manager's nephew, a relative, was promoted instead of Richard. So right there and then we could say that it was very unfair because Richard is really the one that should be given this position. He has been working there for over 10 years. He's more than qualified. So we know that it would be A, unfair practices. Let's go on to question number 12. Which of the following is an example of an entrepreneur? A. Joe rents an office space. B. Roger gets to the bank to get a loan. C. Sally occasionally babysits her neighbor's child. Or D. Donna operates an online bakery from her home. So we know an entrepreneur, one who owns and operates their own business. All right. So we know this could not be A. This could not be B. To Roger gets to the bank to get a loan. Or Sally occasionally babysits her neighbor's child. No. But our answer would be D. Donna operates an online bakery from her home. That is an indication that she is an entrepreneur. So she will take all the risk of owning the business. So let's go on to question number 13. Which of the following is not an element of a business plan? A. Legal plan. B. Financial plan. C. Marketing plan. D. Production plan. So, what are the elements of a business plan? 1. We know executive summary. 2. Marketing plan. Production plan. And financial plan. So, the one that is not an element would be A. Legal plan. Let's go on to number 14. Assets used to secure a loan at the bank are referred to as A. Collateral, B. Fixed capital, C. Fixed deposits, or D. Current accounts. This one is a giveaway. We know it is A. Collateral. Let's go on to question number 15. One of the main functions of an entrepreneur is to A. Prepare the accounting records, B. Advertise the company's product, C. Organize the factors of production, or D. Organizing marketing of the company's product. So we know that the entrepreneur. So is it A. Prepare the accounting records? No. B. Advertise the company's product? No. We know who would take care of that. So our answer would be C. Organize the factors of production. So our answer would be C. Let's go on to question number 16. Which of the following variables is not an element of a feasibility study? A. Profitability. B. Target market. C. Market demand, or D. Business demand design. So we know profitability, target market, market demand. They are elements of a feasibility study. So our answer would be D. Business design. Let's go on to 17. A contract may be discharged by 1. Breach. 2. Lapse of time. 3. Offer and acceptance. Is it A. 1 and 2 only? B. 1 and 3 only? C. 2 and 3 only? Or D. 1, 2, and 3? So we know, okay, does a contract may be discharged? So we know it could be discharged by breach, and we know it could be discharged by a lapse of time. Offer and acceptance is not a discharge. A contract may be discharged based on that. So our answer would be A. Let's go on to number 18. The monthly payments collected by an insurance company from its policyholders are known as A. Deposits, B. Premiums, C. Installments, or D. Endowments. You know it is referred to as premiums. Let's go on to question number 19. An essential feature of a valid contract is that A. The offer has been made to the offeree. B. The offer is made in writing by the offerer. C. A counter offer has been made by the offeree to the offerer. Or D, the offer has been accepted by the offeree either in writing or orally. So we know it have to be accepted. The offer must be accepted. It have to be accepted by the offeree, either by orally or in writing, because we know what a contract is. It's a mutual agreement. So it have to be accepted by both the person that is offering it, the offerer, and the offeree. Right, so our answer is D. So let's move on to question number 20. Mr. John offered his car for sale for $70,000. Miss Maraj said that she would pay him $66,000 for it. Which of the following phrases best describes Miss Maraj's action? A. Accepted the offer. B. Agreed to a contract. C. Made a counter offer. Or D. Made an invitation to treat. We know it was not an invitation to treat. It was not, the offer was not accepted, right? Nor did they made an agreement to a contract. It was a counter offer. Why? Because Mr. John offered it for $70,000, and then Miss Maraj said that she would pay him $66,000. So that's a counter offer. So our answer is C. Let's go on to question number 21. Which of the following businesses can be classified as a cottage industry? A. JMN Superstore located in the rural area. B. Mary's Craft Supplies located at Mary's home. C. Peter and John's Company located in Jamaica. Or D. People's Cooperative Bank located in Trinidad. Our answer would be B. Mary's Craft Cottage Industry Craft Supplies located at Mary's home. That's our answer. Let's go on to question 22. The amount of labor available for productive activity is known as the A. Labor force, B. Labor movement, C. Employment level, or D. Employment opportunity. We know it is referred to labor available, and we see productive activity. That would be the labor force. So answer would be A. Let's go on to 23. Joel bought a dye factory because he wanted to ensure that he received a regular supply of dyes to make tie and dye cars. In which type of linkage is Joel engaged? A. Forward, B. Diagonal, C. Backward, or D. Horizontal. We know it is referred to as backward. So it's not forward nor the others. Let's go on to question number 24. Which of the following outcomes is least likely to result from growth in an organization? A. Greater productivity. B. More division of labor. C. Increased communication. Or D. Increased capital investment. It would be increased communication. As it says, least likely to result from growth in an organization. Greater productivity would contribute to the growth. More division of labor and increased capital investment. All these would have contributed to the growth of an organization. Let's go on to 25. What type of capital is defined as money used for the day-to-day operations of a business? A. Fixed. B. Floating. C. Nominal. Or D. Working. We know it is working capital. Working. Have to be working. It's an easy one. Let's go on to question number 26. Subsistence production is best described as producing goods for A. Profit. B. Export. C. Local trade. Or D. Personal use. We know it is personal use. Just enough is provided for each family. Let's go on to question number 27. It says, primary production is concerned with the A. Distribution of goods, B. Manufacture of goods, C. Provision of raw materials, or D. Provision of goods to meet essential needs. We know primary production is responsible for raw materials, first stage. So the provision of raw materials. So answer is C. Let's go on to 28. Which of the following can be described as a marketing activity? A. Distributing commodities to outlets. B. Publicizing advertisements for new staff. C. Issuing bulletins relating to staff matters. Or D. Ensuring that workers are given fringe benefits. Marketing. You know, marketing have to do with it. Distribution commodities to outlets. That's it. So the product is being distributed to different outlets, different companies, different supermarkets, different stores, different types of businesses. So our answer is A. Let's go on to question 29. Which of the following elements comprise the marketing mix? A. Price, public, promotion, place. B. Product, price, promotion, place. C. Product, promotion, packaging, place. D. Packaging, product, promotion, place. So which one of these elements? We know that it would be, first we have our product, price, promotion, and place. So those are the marketing mix, the elements of the marketing mix. 4 P's they call it. So our answer is B. Let's go on to question number 30. It says, price discrimination may best be defined as setting A. A lower volume of goods at a higher price. B. A higher volume of goods at a lower price. C. The same price for different products. Or D. Different prices for the same product. We know price discrimination is best defined as setting different prices for the same product. Our answer is D. Okay, guys, so we have come to the end of part 1 of the CSEC Principles of Business January 2020 past paper 1. So be sure to watch part 2 of this video to have the completed 60 questions of this past paper. So don't forget to give this video a like, share this video, and leave a comment. So we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.